What's going on, people? Welcome back to another J's TV. Back again. It's been a while since I've been on live last week. So we've got Tony and Pete on the show. Good evening to you, gents.
Gary, John.
Good evening.
Fantastic stuff. And it's good to see you guys back on again. And haven't been on, like I said, been on once last week, but it's good to be here. So, guys, if you like the video and like what you watch, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Sorry for the lateness. Lateness is greatness. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, super chat, then it's open as always. And if you'd like to become a member, it is just 99p. So this is going to post a good show tonight, guys. And we've got Alfie. Hi to Alfie. Hope you're well, mate. Hi to David. Hope you're well. All good. Hi to Nathan 888. Hi to you. Hi to Ryan. Hi to you, mate. Welcome back. Im Joe. Hope you're well, mate.
Yep.
Hope you have a fantastic day. Hi to ADB. He's the funny one in the pack, but he's a great guy. This is the biggest one. This is where side to you, mate. I've seen your comment. I will put a shout out for you probably in the week on a follow Friday. That's where you get all the followers, mate. And I hope you're great. And well done on your team at the minute. You're doing really well. Hi to I Like Coffee. I hope you're well. Big Jacob Murphy fan. I'm great, my guy. I hope you're well too. And I hope you're having a good week as well. Hi to Pete WW. Had a great time. Back on finding it's a great music venue there. I hope you had a fantastic time, Pete. And boogie all the way. Give you a like, John. Thank you very much, Carl. Appreciate that. 100% Mags there. Even all with Billy on this one, Eddie won't be Newcastle any longer. Either during the season or next season. I think he'll go to England. I think that's where in my opinion, it's going to end up going there. Hi to Mr. Kelly.
Yes, John.
You're well. We're going to touch on that one in a bit.
I see we've got this, as we are saying in the chat. I bet he's not so jolly about Birmingham City hammering them Mackhams yesterday 5-0.
Oh,
wow.
The women's team, they're bottom of the league now.
Wow, that's not good at all. Not good. Hi to Julie J. Hope you're well. And hope you have a fantastic day. God bless you all. Gary D. Hi to you, mate. Hope you're well. Hi to Carl. Hi to Julie again. And Julie J, hi to High Spots and Headlock. So, wow, big up to you, Louis, my guy. Hope you're well. Well, thank you so much for coming on my channel, man, for the first time. Do hit the subscribe button if you can, mate. That'd be brilliant. And hi to Paul and Paul Gallon's putting together a YouTube band. I told him to play the saxophone. He said, I'm in. Is that what Beer Fang said? What? I'm in. Okay.
He can't bloody sing for starters.
And bless him. Big up to AFC always. And I know I seen a Russo it last week, but needs a bit of work. Big up to AFC always. Hope you're well. Arteta out all day long for him.
Not just work, John. Major surgery. That's what it needs.
Yeah. I agree with Paul pulling away. Hi to Wacky. Hope you're great.
All Wacky.
Mr. Little, hi to you. And rest in peace to Sam, who sadly died during the Great Love Run, early 20. Yeah, I've seen that, but that's sad news, man. My condolences goes out to Sam's loved ones and his family as well. And, my heart goes to you and everyone in the chat as well. Do leave a message as well. And even to Wacky. God, the comments there, keep them coming in. And hi to everyone else. Mama Flossie, hi to you. The best mod in the world for me. Hope you're great and hope you're having a fantastic time. And there you go. Even to Joe Wilkinson and oi, Dilly. So there you go. Right, let's go straight on to it, yeah? I started you, Pete, right? I mean, what's going on at Newcastle United between Eddie and Paul Mitchell? I mean, you know what? Reading between the lines, I kept it really quiet, yeah? I mean, Paul Mitchell wanted this player. Eddie Howe only wanted Gahey as well. There's got to be a clash in the boardroom as well. He just tells what's going on at the club, man.
There's something going on by the looks of it, isn't it? It sounds like they're not possibly agreeing on transfer targets on who they want into the club. I mean, if it's clearly gay, if it's gay that Eddie only wanted, well, I'm sorry. We need more than just gay. Right winger needed sorting out as well. Paul Mitchell, what did he apparently? There's talks he had a list going on that these are the players, and apparently Eddie Howe said no to them. So you like to know what is going on there. You've got to be working together. You've got to be working together to make sure to get a good squad for the season. We haven't started the season off well, to be honest. And you can clearly see we needed the targets in, which we needed. We needed another centre-back. We wasted too many days trying to get Gay in when we could have had other targets, possibly from abroad as well, which apparently Eddie Howe doesn't want to shop in, apparently. And again, the right winger needed sorting out as well. Something is going on here, and we'd like to know what it's about. But we could also bring Darren Eales into this as well.
Yeah.
He said we were going to have a successful transfer window. And again, I've said it so many times, we've done the opposite. It's the question, who is the most responsible for this? That's the biggest question.
Yeah.
Something is going on here. We'd all like to know.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous, Peter. It really is. I just got a quote from Chris Sutton, right? I mean, he used to play Celtic legend as well. He's a pundit for Celtic as well. I'm going to read this out to you, Tony, as well. I don't want to see if you agree with this. I mean, Chris Sutton's come out and said, it's fascinating what's going on in Newcastle at this moment in time, says Sutton. From the outside, and I'm not on the inside of Newcastle. If I'm a Newcastle fan, then there are alarm bells ringing. And he also added, Eddie Howe seems to make Mackay his number one target. They didn't get on over the line. He spoke about his concerns in the summer, and they weren't in alignment, the club hierarchy and Eddie Howe. It wouldn't be a great surprise to please Eddie as the next England manager. Newcastle fans must be concerned what happened next at Newcastle. That is Chris Sutton's comments. And Tony, I think you're going to agree with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Again, this is a report in the Sun, remember, so don't get overexcited that the Sun's actually bringing out this crap about Mitchell supposedly going to walk out and leave Newcastle United. I never believe a thing the Sun says anyway, you know. You know, I've said it many times. You know, if you go to the toilet for a crap and you need toilet paper and there's none around, you have to pick up the newspaper and it happens to be the Sun. Fortunately, there'll be more shit left on your ass than there will be on the actual paper. So you know that's what the Sun's all about. You know, don't believe everything you read in the written media. You know, but look, what's happening is there is something obviously going on. We know that. We're not stupid. You know, nobody's stupid. We know there's something going on behind closed doors. And maybe Eddie doesn't agree with things Paul Mitchell's doing, and Paul Mitchell doesn't agree with things that Eddie's doing. Now Ashworth, we know, has already said that he's not happy about what Paul Mitchell said about him. But look, was Ashworth really that great? Not really, I don't think. Okay, yeah, he brought a couple of players in, Isak, Tonali, Barnes, you know, Hall. But look, the thing is, he was the one who decided to be a snake and a rat and go off to Man United. Email a Man United from Newcastle United email account as well, which is more annoying, you know. And yet we've got people having a go about Paul Mitchell. But for me, was I ever happy with the Dan Ashworth appointment? I was never happy with that, if I'm honest. This is a man who hired Sam Allardyce for England, and he's the only manager for England that's got a 100% win record because he only won his one and only game. So, you know, before he had to depart after 67 days. So I don't think Dan Ashworth was probably ever the right choice for a sporting director at Newcastle United, if I'm honest. And good luck to Man United having him. Because as soon as somebody else comes knocking, he'll be gone again from there. So, you know, Man U fans don't get too used to him being around because he may sneak off somewhere else. But what's going on behind closed doors, I haven't got a clue, John. But the thing is, what we saw from that interview from Mitchell last week was he wants to explore other markets, which I get. Eddie Howe wants a shop in the English market. And I'm sorry, that's far too expensive at times. Players that you're going to buy for overinflated prices here, you get cheaper abroad, but better quality, right? Let's take the Gwee, right? He's not worth 60 million. He's not worth 70. He's not worth 60. Push 50 million at a push, maybe. Pre-Euros, he was worth 30, 35. This was just Paris stringing Newcastle United along, I'm afraid. Okay? Right. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to go out and pay, say for instance, right, we're going to pay 70 million for Gwee, right? You go abroad. You've got defenders abroad who are in better quality than, and this is no disrespect against Mark Gee, because I think he's a good defender. But do I think he's world class? Not yet, no, because he hasn't proved himself to be world class. Now, if you want a class act as a defender, you look at like Simikin, who's just gone to Saudi for 42 million quid. Or you pay for Tap Sober. Okay, you might have to pay 80 million to get him, or 70 million quid, whatever it is. But there again, but at least for 70 million quid, you know what you're getting. You're getting a top-class defender. That's why you pay that sort of money. But Mark Gee is not a top-class defender at the moment. Yes, he's done okay for England, but he's not doing it at a big club. And the thing is now that he hasn't moved on, come January, he's only got 18 months left on his contract. So Palace are now put themselves in a bad position now, because they ain't going to get anywhere near that sort of money even in January now for Mark Gee. And, it wouldn't surprise me if Gee now runs his contract out and leave on a free in a couple of seasons. And that wouldn't surprise me. And that will be down to Parish and his ego and his greed. For an owner of a football club to have gone on media so much, on TV, on TalkSport, on every outlet you could get on to talk about the Mark Gee transfer, that, in my opinion, is not how an owner should act. You do not act in that way as an owner. Why are you going out there talking about the transfer business and the transfer market as an owner? You should be embarrassed, And if and any Palace fans should be angry at him for actually going in public and speaking about it instead of just keeping his mouth shut, because that's what he should be doing. But yeah, like I say, don't believe everything you read in the Sun. So I don't believe for 1 minute Paul Mitchell's going anywhere. But let's be honest, Paul Mitchell, if you look at his CV, of Paul Mitchell, he is a top-class sporting director. And all he's trying to do is he's trying to implement what he wants for Newcastle United. He wants us to explore other markets. He wants us to be able to play our trade. We need to be going into the South American market. You pick up players on the cheap, right? You bring them in. If they have a great season, their value shoots up. And then you can trade that player on, and your FFP goes up. Because if you bring in, say, for instance, you bring in a right winger from Brazil, and you pick him up for 7, 8, maybe 10 million, right? You bring him in for 10 million. He has a cracking season, gets, say, 5 goals and 12 assists that season, and sets a Premier League alight. All of a sudden, teams in Europe are going to be, oh, hang on, we didn't think about him. Oh, he's a good player. How much do you want for him? Oh, we'll give you 50 million, or we'll give you 60 million for him, because he's class, and he's only like 20, 21 or whatever he is. And that's the thing. That's where your player trading comes in. Because even if you sold that player on for that sort of money, you can go back to Brazil and pick up another right winger. There's plenty of them on the conveyor belt in Brazil. Not just Brazil, but Argentina as well. So anywhere South America, there are plenty on the conveyor belt. And we should be in that market. Marcus Leonardo, we should have gone for him. But he moved on to pastures new. Benfica bought him for a ridiculously low price, and they've sold him on for a massive profit. That's where your player trading comes in, and that's what helps boost your FFP and sends your FFP higher. But we just haven't got that at the minute. Apart from the obvious the obvious players like, say, Isak, Botman, Gordon, Bruno, maybe Tonali to push. Who else can we sell? You tell me. That's a question for you and Pete. Tell me who in that squad we could sell that would bring decent money to Newcastle United. Because I tell you now, I'm racking my brains and I can't find one player in that squad that I can think of. Maybe Lewis Hall, but then again, and Harvey Barnes maybe. But take them out of it. Looks the likes of Longstaff, likes of Almiron, Jacob Murphy. Can you tell me if any of them will fetch you £25 million at least?
No.
Liverpool got rid of Carvalho and Vandenberg for £25 million apiece. And that's what we're on about, player trading. You've got to bring these youngsters in and get them up. We've done it with Minty. Yes, we had to do it because of PSR. But look, that just proves that there is players out there who can be bought cheap and can be sold on for a huge profit. Minty bought for $5 million, sold for $30 million. There's your profit.
Fact. Absolute fact. Absolute fact. I mean, Paul Mitchell's come out and said that we're not very good sellers, and he's absolutely right. Why? Because we've got players on there who's on huge or wage, right?
Like no one wants them.
Exactly. Pete.
And they're probably going to say, well, sorry, we're not paying that. No way.
Yeah. Fact. And that's why we've got ourselves in this mess. Simple as that. And good evening to you, Darren. Hope you're well, mate. You not get the boot, mate? You not get the boot?
No,
just
I don't know.
What do you think of all anti-Manu rumours? That's not going
to
happen.
Hopefully they're garbage, because I do not want us to go for Anthony.
Definitely
right,
not.
Here's your player trading, for instance, right? So Benfica got Marcus Leonardo for £15.2 million. He's gone to Al Hilal in Saudi for $33.8 million. And that's within what? He signed there on the 2nd of September. They bought him in January this year. So within 8 months, they've made an £18 million profit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we need to be going abroad into these markets for these players. I'll give you another example of a player that we were linked with. Plays for Porto now. And he's a midfielder called Alan Varela, who would have been the perfect, who plays like Longstaff, who plays like the same position as Longstaff, centre midfield, and he can play a DM role as well. He went to Porto from Boca Juniors, £6.9 million. Why aren't we going in for players like that? Now, Varela is worth £32.1 million in today's transfer market. So there's a £24 million profit straight away. And if he has another cracking season for Porto, that valuation could more or less double. This is what I'm saying. This is why I can see where he's coming from on this Paul Mitchell, that we're not very good sellers, but two, we are not exploring other markets. And this is what we should be doing. There's players out there. And I highly rate this guy, Alan Varela, by the way. I highly rate him, and I would have loved him at Newcastle. But, this is why you need an elite sporting director, and Paul Mitchell is an elite sporting director. He's just trying to put his ideas in and implement the way he wants to do things, which I can see from his point. Like he brought James Bunce in, and all of a sudden James Bunce is now saying to Botman, "You're not coming back October, November, December for you."
Yeah, I've heard
because
that.
He wants to make sure he is spot on. He will not have any players rush back. The same with Joe Willock. He's put his time in coming back. I'm not having you back for the Wolves game. I want you back the week after. So he's already implementing how he wants to do things, because last year the injury crisis was diabolical, let's be honest.
Terrible, one of the worst.
It was, get them back out on the field, and then they were breaking down again.
That can't happen again. That cannot happen again this season.
This cannot happen again at all.
Exactly. We still haven't got a big enough squad anyway, I'm not going to lie. But listen, this can't happen again. So let's see what happens. Go through the comments as well. There's quite a few. Do smash the likes, people. If you can, that'd be brilliant. Thanks so much indeed. And do consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. Some Man U came as a mixed up. Well, that really interesting. Anthony Aranga, and thought we were after Anthony. And I love that one. I love that one.
I hope we're not in for Anthony from Man United. He's crap.
We're not going to.
It's just a more expensive Mickey.
Exactly.
He's 80 odd million and he's been a flop.
100%.
He's been one of the worst signings I've ever seen in the Premier League.
Without a doubt. And in my opinion, ever since Eels came in, Eagles are running the club. That's a fair shout, mate. Fair shout. The media's doing it up. Breathe, lads, don't fall into the trap. We're not. It's just saying it out there. Big up to you, 70s kid. Hope you well. I got to get his first name, by the way. Got one here from Tony. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate that. Do hit the like, subscribe, guys. Stitch up to get Eddie out. They failed him with the transfers this time around. And I kind of agree, mate. What are the Mitchell, Eels, or Eddie will go? There's no smoke without fire. Peter, you're absolutely right, mate. No doubt about it.
Question that's been. I was going to say this. I think there's a question I'm going to ask, and I heard this been going around. Does some people think that Eels and Mitchell want Eddie Howe out of Newcastle?
I'll tell you what, that would surprise us.
Eels is backing Eddie Howe, though, isn't he?
Well,
that's what they're saying. Apparently, Darren Eels is behind him, but
because this was mentioned on TTR yesterday, on Two Review yesterday, which I think Paul came out and said, "Are they wanting Eddie out of the tune?"
Could well be. You got to ask yourself the question: why has the FA not appointed a manager yet? There was for Eddie. That's a fair shout, Brian, mate. That is a fair damn shout. I reckon it could be that. I reckon it's definitely that because something ain't right at the club. And I tell you what, if I was a betting guy, right, I think Eddie end up going to England. I really, really do.
Tell you what, though, right? Lee Carsley is obviously interim manager at the moment, and it's going to take a while to implement his way of doing stuff for these players. But in that first half on Saturday, you saw a huge difference of an England team compared to what we saw under Southgate. Now, my question is, if we'd got rid of Southgate for the knockout stages, I believe Lee Carsley would have won England that Euros because we would have beat the Spanish team in that final because of the attacking football that Lee Carsley plays, the pressing. And you could see it. The problem was, second half, the England players were going back to the Southgate ways because they were thinking about Southgate. They were going back to the way they used to play under Southgate, like sideways, slowing the game down. And that's not Carsley's game. And look, the thing is, at the end of the day, that, like I say, that first half and what we saw from Anthony Gordon was absolutely fantastic in that game.
Brilliant, he was.
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah. But
exactly.
I wonder if Southgate watched that game, maybe put his head in his hands and thought, shit, I should have played Gordon more often. Because he's ruined Gordon.
100%. And look at it now. We all know Anthony Gordon's a fantastic player. He is. And he's going to show England what Southgate's been missing. Do you know what I mean? But he's gone now. We got Carsley at the minute. We'll see what happens on that. But I still believe
one other thing I want to pick up on as well. I think the media, and do you know what? This really annoys me because, look, he's come in, he's done it. Yeah, okay, we should have probably smashed that in 3 or 4-0 maybe. But look, the thing is that picking up on Carsley, he already stated he wasn't going to sing the national anthem.
Yeah.
You know, Sven never sang it. Capello never sang it, you know. Look, he's an Irishman. He played for Ireland. And he's going to show respect. Now, let's be honest. So I'm not really concerned he's not singing the national anthem. As long as the team are playing and winning games, that's all I care about. As long as England are winning games, that's all I care about. I couldn't care less if the manager doesn't sing the national anthem. If the players want to sing it and sing their hearts out, that's fine. But if the manager doesn't, I haven't got a problem with that. And then you get the Daily Mail and you get Craig Hope as well coming out. Craig Hope saying, he's laughing because he says, I think Carsley's forgot what team he's managing because he's trying to go in the home dugout. Now, again, come on, the media, the Daily Mail again. Now they're having to call him because he went to the wrong dugout. I mean, the guy come out And he laughed about it going to the wrong dugout and then realised it's not his fault. But Jesus, do they have to pick up on every little detail that they do wrong? You know? Like, what do you think of that? I mean, is it a witch hunt already to get rid of Carsley? Because I tell you what, this media ruin England managers, I'm afraid.
100%, 100%, every single time. Doesn't matter who takes over, right? They get them out, and it was a witch hunt every single time. They even done it to Bobby Robson, but he stood firm, and he took us to the final back in 1990. But I tell you what, mate, I mean, some of the managers had are great managers, but it gets hounded out. Simple as that. Not good. But going back for the singing, right? Doesn't matter if you sing or not, right? I mean, look at Roberto Martinez, right? He's Portuguese. Spanish, singing the Portuguese, right? Is he really Portuguese? Not really. But at the end of the day, guys, right? If you do the job, win games, cool. Doesn't matter. Simple as that.
The thing is, John, right? The thing is, right? As I say, it's going to take a while for Lee Carsley to get his ideas across.
Yeah.
And I know we're still saying Harry Kane coming back deep, which is annoying. He should be playing more further forward. But I think, again, this is because they've played that way under Southgate for so long that it's going to take time for them players to understand how Carsley wants them to play. But wasn't it great to see the likes of Gibbs White come on and Angel Gomez? I'll tell you what, Gibbs White played well when he come on, and so did Angel Gomez as well. I rate that Angel Gomez highly. He's at Lille at the moment, but he's a class act.
He is.
But that just shows you Carsley knowing these players and bringing them straight in and not afraid to throw them in there. 100%. You know? And I thought both players played well when they came on. I reckon Livermore might get a run tomorrow night at some point.
Yeah, could well do.
I hope he does. I really hope he does. Let's go for the comments, guys. Please keep coming in, right? Some super chats are open if you'd like to do this. And if you'd like to become a member, it's just 99p. So let's go for it because the chat's involved as well. If Newcastle don't get in Europe next season, there'll be changes. Mark, I think there'll be changes. Anyway, I don't think Eddie will be here next season, in my opinion. And we got to Mace. Every manager will have a wish list, but most unfeasible. Why? With FFP/PSL rules, that is the thing. We can't spend. We are trapped. And Lee's chatting to Coffee. England under 20 will win by a goal. No, thank you, Jay.
It's 1-1
now. It's 1-1.
It's 1-1. Thanks, guys. If not bringing a right winger in, they should not be selling him into here. And why buying as a keeper for 25 mil, not needed, will never play. Right, that's a fair shout. I think that's a waste of money. Waste of money, yeah? Forest must be absolutely, thinking done and dusted. Wow. Down Eels thinking he wants to be a Power Ranger. Well, I tell you one thing, right? Sort it out because we don't want any messing about in the boardroom. We don't want that. If anyone wants to walk out, then walk out. It's just London media shite. Yeah, I totally agree. Do follow 70s Kid on social media, yeah? Because this guy speaks sense. It really does. I can listen to this guy all day. We are posh down here, Tony. We're used to Financial Times big up pages. That's a wacky. They got to again. If there's no toilet paper, Tony, don't clench your. Yeah, I get ya. Todd Bowie, Chelsea, Warner. The only thing I like about their son was page 3.
Well, yeah. That was, to be honest with you, that was the hottest part of the Sun.
Just make sure set Chelsea, pal, because you're doing a fantastic job.
Tree's boring now because it's just news now.
It is proper Chelsea. Todd Bowie,
like Sam Fox are a thing of the past now, aren't they?
Yeah, that's exactly. Ricardo, big up to Ricardo, big Benfica fan. Hope you're well. Hope you're well, mate. One day I will go to Benfica, do me vlogs then one day. Please trust me on that one. I'd love to meet you there if you're there. If you're there on Tony Pete's channel and not being on mine, then please sub my channel. It's free and we work as a team and we are family as well. Thank you very much indeed, guys. And let's go on to David Downdale, CEO. The buck stops with him. I'll get that back up again. It's extremely need to talk about a transformative window. You expect better from someone with off experience. David, well said, man. And I tell you what as well, my advice down Eels, do not pop in the stack. Because at the end of the day, get on the pitch first, flip us a trophy or flip us a title, and then we'll let it back in the stack. I think Ashwood was putting it up to send that email by Ratcliffe so we'd get the sack. No compensation for United to tune. Yep, that's been quiet as well. I don't think Eddie Howe will be at Newcastle next season. It might not last this season, to be honest with you, Mark, if this boardroom scuffles carries on. Trippier wants to leave, says, all right, I'm going to talk about Kieran in a bit. Howe never buys class, he buys potential. Yeah, that's a fair shout. Eddie needs players for the now, which means it's highly preferable they speak English to understand training development.
But we should be exploring other markets as well, not just the Premier League market.
Exactly. That's the thing. We've just buy any if they're good enough for where South America or America, Europe, or Italy, or Spain, get them in.
This is my argument because this is what I've been saying. And I'm going back to the same old ground I said last week as well, John, right? The thing is, right, we are signing a keeper to satisfy PSR issues, Vlachodimos and the players who isn't going to play. And is nearly 30 years of age. Forest go out and spend £3.4 million on a release clause for the Corinthians keeper, Carlos Miguel, who has a cracking game against us, by the way, and is 25 years of age. We've been looking at a keeper that's overpriced in James Trafford for 20 to 30 million quid, who was only 21. But the thing is, though, the way I look at this, right, is this is what I'm saying. This is why we need to be exploring these markets. Going for keepers like because not being funny, you could have brought him in, Carlos Miguel, 3.4 million for a 25-year-old keeper. Could have got rid of Dubravka somehow. Could have got, and you could have had Carlos Miguel as backup to Pope. Because in the training, he would have learned things. We've got Joe Linton, we've got Bruno there, so he could communicate with them. I don't know how good his English is until he gets his English up and running. And, and the thing is, he could have played in cup games for us. But instead, we'd rather help somebody out on PSR and do a £25 million dodgy deal, like a Del Boy transfer. And, this is what I'm saying. There is players out there who can be bought at really good prices. And I think Carlos Miguel, could be one that could... I think he's one to watch for Forest this season because I think if he gets in between the sticks for Forest, he could turn out to be a class keeper. I mean, he could turn out to be absolutely dross as well. But, going on that game he played against us, he could, if he gets the chance, he could take his chance and he could look world class.
Yeah, totally agree, Tony. I think Washington once at Forest last week, he made some cracking saves in the first half, to be fair. But I think he's going to get better and better and better. 6'8" of him, he's an absolute unit, this goalkeeper. Brilliant keeper. And I think he'll come good. Do you think Saudis will develop St. James's Park to be as good as the Stadium of Light? We want a bigger stadium, 10%. We need a bigger stadium, mate. Probably a 65,000 capacity. I'm not going to lie, because I tell you what, it's our reasons.
John, he's asking the question: do you think we'll develop this? Do you think we'll develop St. James's to be as good as a stadium of shite?
It's going to sound I missed the question. Sorry,
well,
guys.
It's already better than a stadium of shite, mate.
Exactly.
What do you think of that, Pete?
Yeah, absolutely.
We got a better stadium. We got a better stadium anyway, mate. Sorry, lad. But it's better now. It's going to be better in the future. Richard has hinted that you may need to sell one of your big players to aid FFP to allow you to spend more. One or out, 2 or 3 is sort of thing. To be honest with you, we need to get rid of the poor players that ain't good enough. Yeah, that's what we need to get rid of. Yeah, we need to be up there. Our Saudi orders said we won't be number 1, right? To do that, we got to keep it a better player, simple as that, and bring in better quality. Yeah, but I move on from Gay and didn't think.
I'd be moving on from him. I wouldn't be dealing with Parish again.
Move on away from him now. Forget him. He's never sold a player for that much money, hence why he didn't know how to induct himself. That's a fair shout. If he stay in for Gay, I'm quite sure Liverpool would get him for him now. You know what it is, right? It will have 18 months left on his contract.
I think there's better players abroad than Gay.
Mm-hmm. There is.
Yeah.
Bastoni's a good defender, isn't he?
Plus, we're not. I don't know. I'm not like I might say it might not happen, but just say we got Geef and we paid the 75 million for him. What makes us what? Let's say is what if it turned into a Harry Maguire situation?
Okay.
Like I'm not saying it's going to happen that, but just say if it did happen.
Okay. Gatti for Juventus, yeah, run on loan and force
Gatti, yeah.
He's a good defender. He is a good defender, but he does not get much in the side. But
Bastoni's another good defender as well.
Bastoni, yeah, I think he's Inter for life. He's a lifer at Inter Milan. I can't see him leaving Inter Milan. Not for a long, long time.
No.
Newcastle should start to look at both for signings. To hell with the teams from the Prem. And I'm sure there are just as good defenders than Gay and Bud. Exactly, Alan. Totally agree. Logan Costa, right, for Toulouse. I think he's going to be a really good player, yeah? You got players like I said, Bastoni. He ain't going to leave Inter Milan. Gatti as well. Get him in. He's a good defender. He's rugged. He's quick. And he's physical. That's what we need. Something to rough at the strikers. Simple as that. The Southampton model.
Gionio from Torino as well.
What's that, Tony?
The defender from Torino.
I know he is the Dutch not Bongiorno. He's gone to Napoli.
Ah, right. He's got Napoli now, has he?
Gone to Napoli. He went there for 35 million quid. So, cross that guy off the list.
He's a very good defender as well.
He is. Look at Celtic. They got Japanese players. They look good players. Absolutely. Japanese market. Great market there.
Yeah.
And I noticed that.
Look at Mitoma.
Yeah, Mitoma, yeah. Good player. Speedy. Skillful. Even into Ross. Hope you're well, big Arsenal fan. Please get him followed.
Who's he called that striker for Celtic? Furuhashi?
Yeah, Kyogo,
yes.
He's 29 now. He's 29.
But look how he's been brilliant for Celtic.
He has. What a player. He's a finisher. He's an absolute finisher, I'm telling you. And cannot become a selling club does not work that way. Fair shout, right? Got one here. I think the model going forward will bring in on youth trained at club and selling for max profit. Do you know what? I think that's going to be the way to go. I can see it happening. I mean, the way Paul Mitchell went to Leipzig, that's exactly what he done. Bought them cheap and sold them on for higher profit. Yeah, and Leipzig is still doing it right now. And didn't we try to do that with Cure and Minte? Look, Minte's got to Brighton. Hardly didn't get a game with Newcastle. Cure's been on, I wouldn't say unlucky, but he needs game time. He needs game time because at the minute, the guy's struggling at the minute.
He's injured, John.
Yeah, and injured as well. So that does help. Gillian, if you hit the subscribe button, please, that'd be brilliant. Thank you very much indeed for that one. See what Minte in a year. I tell you what, he's going to be a belter. I know people are saying, oh, he ain't that good, I tell you what, he is good. So sell the better players onto your rivals and keep the garbage for yourselves. That's how you go down, mate. Ryan, well said. In other words, get rid of the players that aren't good enough, right? They're not going to improve. Simple as that. That's in the mama. More teams will look to European markets, and the more demand prices go up, football will become unsustainable at this rate in 5 years. That's a fair shout, and I kind of agree with you. Minty looks a great player, slipped through the net. I've always said don't sell him, but there you go. Tony's rants always last at least 45 minutes. That's a never end. Big up to you, and please subscribe to my channel. I believe it's your first time in. Big up to Mick, Super Duper Mick. That's what I'm going to call him, Super Duper Mick in future. The scouting network needs improvement, also in order to find the gems on the cheap. Yeah, that's a fair shout. The PSR so tight. FV Pound must go further. We cannot gamble on loans. Girl was a 500 down the pan. Yes, a fair shout. And we got one here for even guys and gals. Hope you're well, Mick. Hope you're good, mate. Let's go on some more. Do you reckon you can make a move for Luke and 9? He's better than Gay and probably accepted 45 men. Shut up. It's not going to happen, mate.
No, definitely.
I love it. You keep those liners coming in there, we tell you. And we love the guy anyway. Any Sunderland fans are welcome anyway. And look at Bayern Munich. They never saw a good player. If he's off for sale, he is not good enough. That's fair though, Pete.
Yes, absolutely.
And totally agree with that. Bayern Munich, they never saw a good player. If he's off for sale, he ain't good enough.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like Madrid, like Real Madrid. If they don't think a player's good enough, they'll sell him on.
Yeah.
You know, like the screwed Man U over for 60 million quid for Casemiro because they knew we only had a couple of years left in him. And they thought, oh, how much are you offering Man United? 60 million. Oh, they must have been rubbing their hands saying, hey, 60 million. Actually, we only wanted 30, but you know what? We'll have you 60 million. Thank you very much. Florentino Perez is probably thinking, well, hey, Man United, the club that likes, the gift that likes to keep on giving. So, you know, they'll be scraped down and see, you know, seeing if there's any more players that are only got a couple of years left in them. They'll say, hey, down to Mr. Ratface, do you want any more players from us? Because we've got a great player here who, you know, you get a good few seasons out of him as long as you give us 70 million quid. Oh, yeah, there you go, 70 million quid.
Federico Valverde, probably when he's about 34, 35. Lads, do you think Darren
Can't have Modric because he's still playing well, so his legs haven't gone yet.
Nah,
but maybe when he hits 40, they might have to pay 50 million for him or something.
Yeah, they mug him off. They mug him off. Man.
I'm just taking the piss out of Man U, by the way, because that's what they like, though, aren't they?
I could tell. Let's go some more comments. So downhill Savannah for Newcastle. I tell you, he needs to get on. He needs to fix up very quick and start delivering. Don't worry about the penetration rules again. If Newcastle starts getting more spending power, you know what, mate? We've got to wait for Man City. If Man City, I tell you what, if Man City win their case, then believe you and me, it's going to open all the doors for us as well. Hi guys, everyone in the chat. I'm getting a bit concerned about something's happening behind the scenes. Don't forget to smash the like button. Thank you very much indeed, Greg. I appreciate that. And Greg, if you subscribe to my channel, that'd be brilliant. That's a fair shout from Greg.
Bia's right when he's commented there in the chat. He says Logan Costa plays for Villarreal now and not Toulouse. Yes, he went to Villarreal for £15.3 million.
Wow. There you go. What is going on? What's going on?
Sorry, 15.2 million.
Right-footed, is he?
Right,
he is, yeah. 23 years of age, plays for Cape Verde in the national team. But yeah, he's got a contract till 2030.
6-year deal. Unbelievable. And
15.2 million. And if he has a good season in La Liga, he'll be worth probably triple that next season.
There you go. That's why Paul Mitchell's got to work his magic now. He has to work his magic. Do you know what I mean? Simple as that. And Angela Manu was boxing and rocking women's boxing team in recent Olympics. Yep, he did. Lee Carsley given a 6-month trial contract. Big up to Pablo. Hope you're well, mate. PI needs to do something. This is a right mess at the behind of the scenes at the club. Yeah, we're discussing that. And let's go on to the next one. So who would come in if Eddie's left? There's not many high-quality managers available. Well, that's down to Paul Mitchell.
See, I would love Mancini if Eddie was to go.
Yeah, I'll go with that as well. It was Ireland, in my opinion. Played this 45 against a rubbish team. Second half wasn't that
Still, the preferred playing it's a lot more better. If that was Southgate, it would be the same old crap.
We wouldn't have been 2-0 up.
No.
We would have gone 1-0 up and then sat back under Southgate. Yeah. So I think people need to cut Lee Carsley a bit of slack and just give him a chance. Because look, this is a problem. There's too much negativity around the England team, and that's the problem. And look, Southgate's gone now. Mr. Negative's gone. Let's look to see what Lee Carsley can do in these Nations League games. Because England have to be back in that elite group again, Group A. They should never have been relegated in the first place. And
was it down too, Gareth?
No disrespect, we should be beating teams like Ireland, Finland, and Greece. And look, tomorrow night, see what performance to put on at Wembley. I'll be watching that game. And look, I think we'll go out there. I think we might go out there and absolutely take Finland apart and absolutely hammer them. Who knows?
I agree.
So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, see what happens on that one. Because I expect us to beat Finland anyway, to be fair. So win that game, then it's all good. Eddie says let's return. Let's face it, to link to a national team manager. It's ultimate job. He must be thinking about it, if not already in talks. He's not in talks yet, Mick, but he just they haven't approached him just yet. But if anything happens, we will be the first to know. One of the first to know. I don't think it'd be either. And I've got one to Ant as well. Big up to you. And long time it's Gaz. Hope you're well, Gaz. And with there has been a while. Hope you're good, fella. I'm absolutely fine. Bit of issues last week, but you know what, mate? It's all good now. Good in the hood, mate. But thank you so much for coming back, mate. Capello, just rock like the postman. Pat June, you played?
I did not like Capello one bit. I couldn't stand that guy.
Oh, who selected players like Emil Heskey in the 2010 World Cup?
Jesus.
And played him over the likes of the four and Crouch.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, Crouch had a good scoring record for England, let's be honest.
Yeah. Crazy, man. I mean, like, Capello was brilliant in Italy. Brilliant for AC Milan. Brilliant for Roma. And did a good job with Juve as well.
Again, though, John, that's the thing, John. Yes, he was great in Italy. He had a terrific record in Italy, and obviously, he was a terrific manager in Italy. But when he became manager of England, he was just absolutely woeful, And then he even went to be manager of Russia. But we all know that we all know how he got the Russian job anyway, because the Russian FA couldn't afford his wages. And Abramovich apparently piped in and said, "I'll pay his wages, you just hire him," But, that's dodgy dealings in that country, and you can't do nothing about it, can you? But, I mean, but going back to Peter Crouch's record, I mean, look, for England, you can't complain. 42 games played and 22 goals scored. So it's a 1-2 ratio, basically. So, look, he didn't do too bad, Crouch, really, for England.
Don't think he got a game in the 2010 World Cup.
No. He's done a good job. And Peter Crouch, I mean, on his day, he's a good player. Technically good on the ground as well as his head, but really good player in this time. It's like the Prem team watching the National League team. Come on, Ireland are awful. Why is everyone picking up Lee Carsley? That's in draw, Linton.
That's his first game. I suppose you won it.
Yeah, exactly. They got a person on Stewart, shite back Newcastle with Eddie Howe, and already slating Carsley for England with pretty shite. However, read the script. MSM are doing it on purpose, man. The media have done it again. Mourinho starts to negative and defensive for Toon fans who like, in my opinion, that's all wacky.
I've said Mourinho, I don't think he's got it for the Premier League anymore.
No.
Nah, I don't think he is. Carsley could have not answered the question, but he chose to. If he can take the 300k pay packet and can sing, the England manager is supposed to take the country with him, not play politics. And got one for Paul. Big up to you, Paul. What's going on in Newcastle? Well, there's a boardroom argument between Eddie and Paul Mitchell. Yeah, Eddie wants to sign English players. Paul Mitchell wants to buy players all over the world, and that loggerheads apparently. We don't know that, but it's a promise behind the scenes. But we can already see. But maybe a couple of months, it's about to come out very soon. Some of the media are backstabbing twats. Yep. And a bit about Jose. Gibby White was played all for us in Joe Linton. Some of my friends suggested Xavi is an interesting shout. Xavi. Very interesting. And sorry, Lee Carsley bottled it sadly. Should have made the subs earlier. We would never beat in the Spanish. That's in Daniela. Hope you well, Daniela. Big West Ham fan as well. And we've got here from me and Tony must have been watching a different game. And if they're on about bringing on youth and sending their BS will work, I do rate him highly. He's 68 now. And
I said first half England were great. I said second half wasn't so great. And some of the players were going back to the old ways of Southgate. He made substitutions a bit late, which I was expecting him to make a substitution on about 60 minutes. But he didn't, and he held back. But, again, it's a learning curve. He's realising now it's a different type of game to what he would be playing against, in the under-21s. But, look, it's a guy's first game. I thought England did well first half. Just second half, we did sort of, take our foot off it a little bit. And that's like the England of old under Southgate, as I say. They've just got to get that knocked out of them. And after being in with Southgate for 8 years, it's a lot harder to do. So, look, I'm sure tomorrow night they'll put on a great performance. I'm sure they will. Because I reckon Gordon will definitely start tomorrow night. And I mean, look, when you see how well Grealish played on Saturday, was he wrong? Was Southgate wrong to leave him out of the squad for the Euros?
Interesting, that one.
Okay. Even Eddie and the lads good. Come on to Kieran in a bit. Like, Eddie and the lads, we missed a trick knocking Hansi Flick when he was a free agent. I was calling for it last year. He's a proven winner and has Barca on fire 4 games straight. Top of the table in La Liga as well. You get these idiots singing national anthems, should be sung in schools. It's getting stupid. That's Mark. It's not even England's national anthem. It's the UK. Get your own effing anthem. That's Alan's going in hard.
Well, England has got their own anthem, the Land of Hope and Glory, but I don't know why we don't sing that one. Scotland sing their own anthem. They sing the Flower of Scotland, you know. The Welsh sing their own national anthem, the Land of My Father. So why don't we sing our own anthem, the Land of Hope and Glory, which is it's a very good point, that. Why are we singing the UK anthem when we are England and we should be singing our own anthem?
Yeah. Why not sing that? Crazy, man. Why not sing that? We got a good one here from Mr. Mercado. Friday's press conference will be interesting. There'll hardly be any questions about the Wolves game. Interesting. Tony be doing the press conference action, I'm sure.
That will be an interesting press conference.
Yeah, it's going to be explosive. I can see that one coming. One of the lads years ago had some. Hey, Lee, I get ya.
Oh,
Nearly fell for it.
I mean, the thing is, you know, like when Eddie said in that press conference, though, right? And I want to get your thought on this, John, and maybe Pete as well. But look, when Eddie Howe said in that press conference ahead of the Spurs game that transfers he doesn't know a lot about because he doesn't talk to the people a lot, like Mitchell and that. Now Mitchell's come out and said he speaks to Eddie Howe on a daily basis about transfers. I mean, you know, it's so who's telling lies here? You know, is it Mitchell? Is it Eddie Howe? But then if Eddie Howe's coming out and saying stuff like, oh, well, I don't speak to him, but then Paul Mitchell's contradicting him and saying, well, actually, you do speak to me on a daily basis, and it's not just once or twice a day, it could be 3 or 4 times a day. I mean, John, what do you think about that? If Eddie Howe is coming out and misleading people, is it about time Eddie Howe just starts being a bit more honest now rather than just sitting there and trying to bat the questions away? Because, you know, and look, I'm not disrespecting Eddie Howe in any way whatsoever, but if you look at a manager of somebody like, say, a Mourinho or a Guardiola or someone like that, would they say stuff like that? Not a chance. They would speak it as it is.
100%. They say it how it is and speak the truth. But here we are. Eddie's just kept his cards close to his chest like he always does. I think he knows what's going on at the club, but he's not going to. He's choosing not to say it. But then again, right? What can you say? I mean, that's Eddie for you. But he needs to come out and be honest. He needs to now because we'll find out sooner rather than later. Simple as that, guys. And just be honest with us. So
that's it.
Be interesting to see if they spend channel or not. We have to.
We got to. We do explore the markets, but can any of you truly say it's a choice between somebody Premier League proven who can speak English and someone who can't speak English and is not Premier League proven? Well, if you're good enough, right? Don't really matter. Do you know what I mean? Well, look, who we brought in abroad that's been good? Isak, Bruno, Tadali, Botman. Look at the players from there we brought in. They've been brilliant for us.
Yeah. I mean, tonight can speak a load of English when he joined. Do you know what I mean? But his English is fantastic. Why we have brought from board? Look at Bruno, Isak, Tonali. So we have been looking at other markets. Yeah, we have the French, which Bruno played, La Liga, Isak, Italian League, Mr. Tonali, of course. Trying to spend on the money about the goalies, a lot to cheaper players who are available abroad, well wasting money on proven overpriced English players. And let's go on to the next one. St. James already beats Stadium off, you know what? But we do it even more when it's redeveloped. This is all that PSR. We get to the points. That's why we did it. That's the mark. At the highest level, you can gamble else you players like Anthony. I do not want that guy anywhere in my football club.
Sometimes it'll work. Sometimes, well, there'll be at times where it'll not work. At times, I mean, I can't believe Man U thrashed out 80-odd million again. Ajax will be laughing their way to the bank that they got that much from.
I mean, look, I know there's a lot further down, but Foxy's put a comment in. He says, "Do you remember the keeper he was saying from a small team in Portugal called Famalicão? The goalkeeper is called Luis Junior. Okay, and he's now Villarreal have now snapped him up. Great recruitment from them." He says, "I mean, Villarreal have bought him for £10.1 million. He's a 23-year-old Brazilian keeper from Portugal, and as I say, the team is Famalicão, and again, that's what I'm saying. This is why. What are we not doing this sort of thing for? This is why we need to start going out and expanding the markets. This is what it's all about, and I hope we do this. Look, as much as any. And I know Biaz put in the comment as well, saying saying that about Eddie Howe, saying that he just wants Eddie wants players. Like he says, we do explore the markets, but can you truly say a choice between somebody Premier League proven who can speak English and someone who can't speak English, not Premier? Why is it we've got to go down the road of making sure that everybody we get is Premier League proven? Because other clubs snap players up, but they're not Premier League proven, but they come in and start and they come in and they take to the league. It might take a bit of time. Was Bruno, before he came to Newcastle, Premier League proven? Absolutely not, he wasn't.
Holland at Manchester City, he wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't Premier League proven. Yeah, he was banging the goals in left, right and centre for Dortmund. And, he come to the Premier League on a big price tag. And yes, okay, he's hit the ground running, and he's done it for Man City. When Fernando Torres first come in the Premier League with Liverpool, was he Premier League proven? Absolutely not, but he hit the ground running with Liverpool. Okay, he went to Chelsea, and he was absolutely dog shit at Chelsea, but let's be honest. But at Liverpool, he was a goal machine. The list goes on. I could add other ones into that list, Carlos Tevez is another one, He wasn't Premier League proven, but he came in. Javier Mascherano was another one, wasn't he? So, there's plenty there. There's plenty players there that have come in, that have not been Premier League proven, but can come in and do the job in the Premier League. Isak wasn't Premier League proven. Some people were moaning about Isak's goal scoring record.
Exactly.
Now look at him.
Exactly. There you go.
I rest my case on that one. I'm sorry, I rest my case on that one.
England under 23s are 3-1 up, and Lewis Hall has got an assist.
Brilliant
stuff. Keep going, England. Go on, England.
Wheels are winning 2-0 under Craig Bellamy.
I tell you what, they play some fantastic football under Craig. They score goals, so.
They scored 2 goals in 3 minutes in the first half. The first minute and the third minute. Kiefer Moore and Harry Wilson.
Oh, wow. They mean business, I think. Right, so
Italy are 2-0 up now.
Oh.
Yes. Good, Italy.
Yeah.
Why do you want to turn into selling club like Brighton? They finished with low for the last 2 years. The next year or two will show how serious the Saudis are. Do you want to move up a level? Tony, of course you want to move up a level, Tony. 110%. I want to win trophies, man. I want to fight for the title. Do you know what I mean? But the players you've got are just not good enough at the minute. So, and I've got one here from Bastides left-footed. Yeah, just forgot about that. Our comments are getting read out. Joe, I've got loads and loads and loads of comments, mate. I'll try to
John, sorry. I just put... Obviously, with talking about the players there that's coming to the Premier League, saying they're not Premier League proven, Biaz come back in and he said, look, but we are not targeting players like Haaland who are Champions League proven. We are talking about unknowns. Well, if you want to talk about unknowns, then right, okay. What about Matoma at Brighton? You know, he wasn't unknown. He's not Champions League proven. What about Caicedo when he come into Brighton for £4 million? You know, they sold him on. What about when Cucurella come into Brighton? You know, they sold him on for big money. So, you know, I know what you're saying, Bia, but there is players out there who you can bring in, unknown players, and they can hit the ground running, and they can be absolutely fantastic. Some might not make it. I get that. But it's not all about being on Premier League proven players because, you know, they cost too much money. And there is bargains to be had abroad. And that's what I'm trying to say, you know?
Yeah, totally agree. And you know what? End of the day, there's players out there. If you're good enough, you're old enough, go and get them in. Look at who got Viana, yeah? Going back in 2002, we paid $8.5 Robert, yeah. Good players.
I remember if he
good
was
players.
what a player he was.
100%. A wonder of a left foot.
Oh, they just. Oh, dear me.
When the ball hit, it stayed hit as well.
Facts. Absolute facts.
Oh, I remember that free kick
but like I say,
Southampton.
Yes, there is players that you can bring in from abroad that might not be unknown, that might be unknown to people. They might do the job. Some might not, some feel. You get that. That's a risk you take. But if you bring a player in, like we've brought Asula in, right? Okay, hasn't scored any goals for Sheffield United, hasn't had a chance for us this season yet.
Yeah.
But what's to say he comes in, say he scores a couple of goals, and say at the end of the season we'd say, do you know what? Actually, he's not the player we really want. We want somebody else. We could probably sell him on and probably make double our money on him.
Agreed.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly. Or get our money back for him, so at least we're not losing anything on him.
Mm-hmm. Well said. Well said.
And I'm not saying we're getting rid of him at the end of the season. I'm just saying in the worst case scenario.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Minty, we'll end up with Chelsea or Man City or Liverpool. We missed out there. Would have been perfect on the right side. Yeah, exactly. And we still got Miggy and Murphy. Truca, Casemiro, Dela, Robbie. Yep. I agree. I hope we don't go for Anthony. His pants. Great stream as always. Put the likes up. Thanks, Pete. We should go for Silva from Benfica. He's worth between 60 and 80 million quid, Andrew. And there's no chance of getting this guy because of PSR.
Again, he could be cheaper than Gay. If you said between 60 to, was it 80 million?
60 to 80 million quid, but Benfica would get as much money for this guy.
But again,
Holy Manners Island. Remember that kid we just had about Tony? That's the guy who's on about. Yeah, he's gone to
Foxy, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I tell you what, mate. I tell you what, Philly Real has made some good signings this season. They really have.
Will he be there replacing for Mamardashvili?
Yeah, he's replacing him next season. Yeah, because Mamardashvili is going to be away. And agree with that one. I've got some more comments right now. I do apologise. I will be able to do that because God lords, but keep them coming in. Yeah, Mamardashvili. I hope he does well for Liverpool next season. I think he will. Filling yes, 4-5. If Eddie goes out and get Inzaghi of Inter Milan or Mikel Girona, Conchiao, the exporter manager, Allegri, and Mancini. For me, I think Michel would be fantastic. Inzaghi is a winner now. He's an absolute winner. And Conchiao, I like him. Plays attacking football, and he could be back in very, very soon. Good shout, Tony. I heard that if Man City gets a book thrown at them, the prediction City will be playing in Preston and District Division 3. I don't think it's going that much. We don't know, Paul. No one knows about it yet, mate. But at the end again, Mancunian Weir knows everything, but nobody knows what's going on with Man City at this stage. 5-0 tomorrow, I'm guessing. And can you give a shout out, happy birthday to my cousin? Joe's 15. Huge fan of your channel. And favorite player is Jacob Murphy. Big up to your cousin Joe. Happy birthday to you, Joe. And thanks for the message, Alan.
Happy birthday.
Fantastic. Happy birthday to Joe as well.
Happy birthday, mate.
And Southgate at Man U, Christus, I hope, as a next season. The problem with England, London media has a problem. anywhere outside of London. London World or wherever that magazine is. I'm sorry. There are pants. Anyone watching the last game did not the ball off well. Nice for a pass in the first team.
I watched it, yeah.
Do with a few pointers on that one as well. That's wacky. And we go through a comp view. It was ever to get in. If Eddie becomes a manager, his salary will be nowhere near his full-time Premiership manager salary. England managers' wages aren't that lucrative, but the job is for him.
That's not a bad point Tash has made there.
Yeah, so that's not a bad point.
But it's the top job in English football. If it's the pinnacle of jobs, I mean, if Eddie Howe says, if England come knocking and he goes, oh, do you know what? Okay, I know the money's not going to be the same, but it's the fact of, as I've said this before, Eddie Howe could sit there and think, 2 years' time I could have this team at the World Cup and I could potentially go and win them a World Cup. Or I could potentially win them the next Euros, because with the players we've got coming through, and we saw it on Saturday, that we've got some talent in that under-21 squad, When we bring the likes of Angel Gomez in and Gibbs White, who, as I say, played okay when they came on, they played quite well, actually, to be fair. One player I was surprised at from Saturday, who was even mentioned in the player of the match ratings for England, was Kobbie Mainoo. Now, I'm sorry, I know he's a good player for Man United, and I'm probably going to split a lot of opinions here, but I wasn't impressed with that Mainoo on Saturday, if I'm honest. He got booked, and okay, he might be good for Man United. He's had a couple of little good spells for England, but other than that, I don't think he was that great on Saturday, if I'm honest. And I find he's overrated, and that's my opinion. I think he's overrated. And probably he's in that England team because he plays for Man United.
What T-word did you use, John?
I can't remember. T-word?
T?
What T-word did I use? No, you got to tell us what I said, Pet. If you leave us a message on the phone, let me know on that one then, and I'll rectify it for you. Do apologise, and I'll do.
I mean, John, what do you make of Mainoo? Do you think he's overrated, John, or do you think he's a good player, or what? I don't, Maybe. I mean, that's my opinion. I don't think he played that well on Saturday. I don't think he was that great.
I didn't think it was that great. I'm not going to lie. However, I think he's a fantastic player. He will be fantastic. I don't think he'll be at United for forever and ever, but I think he'd go to a bigger club, from my opinion. But with better players around him, I think the world's an oyster with this guy. But he's one of the the bright sparks at Old Trafford. And I think he's destined to the very top, this kid, I'm telling you. And before people say I'm a red, I'm not a red. But I see talent when I see it. But this guy is brilliant. England won. What is everyone moaning about? Typical, you expect to be everyone 3 or 4. No, it's just not reality. That's very true. Because some of these teams now have proved a lot. Next Newcastle manager will not be in English. People are saying Nagelsmann, but he's already signed a new deal. And who should be singing Bat Out of Hell? Is Mason busy dancing swans? He's got talent this evening.
Cracking song, Bat Out of Hell. Rest in peace.
It is.
Rest in peace. Blame Race should be the anthem. That's ADB. And got loads of comments there. Remember that Russian football just there? I get you, Lee. Denali Bruno Joe, best midfielder at the end of the season. I'll put Denali in my FPL, even when he was suspended. Good on you. When everyone's fit, you have a stronger squad than last year with additions of Azula and Kelly, in my opinion. I think Kelly's done all right since he's come in.
He's done okay, but I don't want to see him at left back every game.
I don't either.
Personally, I think Lewis Hall should come back in against Wolves.
Yeah.
Alex is going to sort it out.
So far, I think this will be our best team so far. Pope, Livramento, because I think Trippier's gone down the pecking order now. Shea, Burn Hall, Bruno, Tonali, Joe Linton, Barnes, Gordon, Isak.
Yeah, agreed. I thought that Tony, I think Eddie's covering Paul's back and being professional and not being honest on Paul's is being honest.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
And I just don't think Eddie has any say in the comms and goings. That's from Mick. And then he's at New English already. Hello to you, Jason. Hope you're well, kid. I hope you're having a good day. The French league normally produce decent talent, yet they call it the 4th or 5th best league in Europe, I've been told. Need Isak to score a lot of goals to Christmas going to concede. Tonali looks good for Italy. Did you see? I didn't add Johnson on the live show, but I'll score that game against France.
In that start lineup, I do not want to see Longstaff in that lineup. Start lineup against Wolves.
Let's have a quick word about women's football as well. Tony went to the game yesterday and drew once each. And you said off air, they said that Newcastle took a lot of fans there. But do you think they can cope in this league? Because I believe they will.
I mean, yeah, I went down yesterday to Bromley. Nice little ground, actually, to be fair. I mean, nice little setup there. The only thing is, I don't think they've got like a little bar restaurant thing, which is quite nice in the ground. But I don't think in the kitchen they could cope with the food orders coming in because I don't think they were expecting that many fans. Because obviously they're probably not realising how many fans come travelling when Newcastle United. I mean, yesterday there was about 1,783 in the attendance yesterday. Now apparently that is the highest for London City Lionesses football team. So, which is brilliant. I mean, look, we got off to a great start. Shania Hales, cracking little goal from her. She's a great little player, by the way. And she's going to get better and better. She scored a good goal, and then they got an equaliser through their Swedish striker. She played well, to be fair, that striker for them. But I thought we handled ourselves quite well. Yeah, we could have had another goal, maybe one or two. But I thought the first half was pretty even Stevens between both sides. So I thought at the break 1-1 was maybe a fair result at the break. I did have an interview at half time from the Women's Championship media crew that were there. They asked my thoughts on the game and what my score prediction was. I said, well, 2-1. And she said, oh, do you not think there'll be more goals than that? And I said, well, that's my prediction. I'm going Newcastle 2-1. But yeah, I mean, look, I thought we played pretty well. And look, I'm happy with a point. I'll take a point all day long,
Good start since being promoted.
It's a step up. The league is a step up, let's be honest. You can see the difference in class straight away from the National League to the Championship. Now, the thing is, to get up to the Super League, you got to win this Championship. Do I think we'll win the Championship this season? I don't think we will. But I think we won't go down. I think we'll have more than enough to stay up there. I'll be happy even if we finished, say, maybe 3rd or 4th, somewhere like that in the Championship. I'll be happy with that because that's progression. Let's be honest. Look where the women's team were before the new ownership came in. They were nowhere. They didn't even have their own kits or anything. So look, the ownership have done really well, especially Amanda when she was here. Got them the kits and everything, got them a ground at Kingston Park. And look, the women have thrived ever since. 2 promotions. And, we're one step away from the Super League. It would be fantastic to get in the Super League. But I don't think, will it happen this season? I don't think so. I mean, obviously the transfer window is still open until the 13th of September. So if we want to get any more signings in, and I'm sure we're looking at more signings. Alicia Bonnie had a good game yesterday as well for Newcastle. So did Katie Barker as well on the wing. But I thought Bonnie was probably player of the match for me, to be fair. She was absolutely fantastic, I thought, yesterday. So she looks a class act. And look, Becky Langley's done well. Again, she's managing at a high level that she's never managed that before. So, I think she's doing very well. And, she deserves a long-term contract. But yeah, I mean, look, I was fearing the worst yesterday, not for the game, but more for the weather, because the weather reports kept saying it was going to be thunder, it was going to be heavy rain all the way through the game. Do you know what? It wasn't, though. That's the thing. I stood on the terrace because I was going to sit on the seats, and I said, no, I'm going to stand on the terrace because it's been a long time since I've stood on a terrace. And it was absolutely lovely to stand on the terrace, by the way. Let's be honest. It's just like the good old days, before you had to sit on the seat. And I feel it brings the atmosphere out more. And there was lots of us Newcastle fans in that stand. And as I say, it rained for a little bit, but then it stopped. And all of a sudden, the sun came out, and it was really burning hot, the sun. And it was lovely. But yeah, no, absolutely fantastic day. Well done to Bromley, by the way, for their ground. It's a nice little ground, let's be honest. Yeah, okay. There was a bit of travel chaos getting down there. It was all plain smooth sailing till I got to St Pancras when the train was stopped there for a bit. We were held up because there was a lot of congestion on the line. And then we got to the next stop at Farringdon, held up again at Farringdon, and then eventually got on. So I missed my connection at Blackfriars, but I had to wait 20 minutes for the next one to come along. So it wasn't too bad. And look, a pretty easy ground to get to. Just jump on a bus, the number 119 it was, and the bus driver, he was absolutely brilliant driver. He looked at me at first and he says, "What shirt's that?" And I went, "Newcastle." And he says, "I know, I'm just taking the mickey out of you." But he had like a lanyard on with Chelsea on, but really nice guy. And I said, "Can you let me know where Bromley is?" And he went, "Oh, I'll think about it." But no, we got off the bus and he told us which way we had to go, which was absolutely fantastic, and well done to that bus driver, by the way. And look, it was a fantastic day. And great to get a point on the board. Now, one thing I am a bit confused about is as well, because in the Championship, when you have a season ticket, because I've got my season ticket for the women's team, but when you've got a season ticket, you're supposed to have allocated seats. So you pick whatever, you allocate your seats like you would do if you were at St James's Park. You have allocated seats. But for the London City Lionesses, they didn't have allocated seats with their season tickets, which I found rather strange because I was talking to another Newcastle fan and she says, "Yeah, we sat in the seat," and she's more like, "Oh, I don't know if this belongs to a season ticket holder or not." And she asked one of them and she said, no, we don't have allocated seats as season tickets. But that was one of the things you're supposed to have in the Championship. So I don't know what's happened there, but...
4-1 England under 21s, and Lewis Hall's got another assist.
Wow.
If you're watching, he starts on Sunday.
Yeah. But, I just found that strange why they didn't have allocated seating, but maybe, I don't know, maybe something they've done there or not, I don't know. But anyway, as I say, hard-fought draw, but it's first game nerves as well, you don't want to lose the game. You don't want to go too gung-ho and lose the game. So you just want to try and at least come out with at least a point. And it was great. The players come up to you after the game and it's brilliant. And Lisa, our buddy, come along and she said, "Thanks for coming," and shook my hand and everything. And, absolutely fantastic. So, yeah, brilliant all round. And, I think we'll stay in the Championship this season. And it was great because we kept getting the score updates for the Mackhams, because somebody behind kept saying, "Oh, the Mackhams are 2-0 down now. Now it's 3-0, now it's 4-0, now it's 5-0. Obviously the goalkeeper, Claudia Moore, who played for Sunderland, one of the fans said, "Oh, by the way, the Mackhams got beat 5-0. She laughed. So, look, absolutely fantastic. But, it was a great day and tiring because it's you've got to get 3 trains to get there. It's not the easiest of places to get to. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care how long it takes me to get there, as long as I get there. That's the main thing.
Absolute fact. Yeah. We'll go through the comments as well. Thanks for telling us that, Tony, about the women's game as well, which is one of the fantastic leagues as well. Go and support the lasses as always. London media has a problem with everything and everyone, not just people outside London. I think someone mentioned that earlier on. Ansu Fati is a big name bought in at Brighton. It's been a failure. Ultimately, Brighton played Moneyball. Yep.
The fact is, sometimes it'll not work, but at times it will work.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying. Yaba, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships out.
Fantastic. You're gonna read them out, Pete. The 5 he's giving you the
David R, Sofan UFC, Ronald Turnbull, L Stapleton, and Ian Skinner have been gifted memberships.
Thank you very much, Pete. Mainly not good enough. That's Nathan. So I'm not reading out the comments. I've got so many tonight. Brilliant. Thanks so much for that. Does SFPL have PS or FFP? I think they do. Surely have. Eddie has years ahead of him becoming a manager. I agree, Lorraine, but in my opinion, I don't know how much longer he's going to be here. What we don't have enough of over recent years is top-notch young centre forwards at the international level. We are producing bundles of midfielders, but not a centre forward. That's a fair shout because all the guys Ivan Toney and Ollie Watkins. I've got another 5 gifts as well. All yours, Tony? Is your 5?
Yep, I've just gifted 5 memberships, and Yabba Dabba Doo is a member. Kenneth Kia, Alessandro Minetti, I Like Coffee, and Joe Robertson. So you've all become members of my channel.
Thank you very much indeed. We'd like to see Tickle Eddie goes to England. I think it'd be good. I think it'd be really good. Everyone sees PD do a ninja move on that fly, Mr. Oh, man.
I'm sick of the fly just coming in every time.
True. Eddie has to win us a cup before he goes to England. Didn't Glenn Hoddle win a cup with Chelsea before he went to England? I don't think he did. Wharton's better than Manu. I tell you, Adam Wharton, I like that kid. Elliot Anderson is Forest Player of the Month for August. That is Forest Player of the Month. And stop calling Man United. Well, I'm not the only one, Ronald. There's so many people who say it's United as well. But I do apologise. No, and that's right. I'm gonna get this guy banned.
Who is it, John?
I banned him because at the end of the day, right, I can't have people like that in my chat as well. The thing is, right, let it go. Let it go. I explained myself. I'm not going to explain about it again. Simple as that. Manu and Harry Keane were terrible. They were dusty. And Tonali's just scored eventually, but it's offside. They're just offside. Thanks for that one, Nick. The one thing I like about Brighton is the link up between USG would rather benefit us if we could find a club around Europe for a similar partnership. Foxy's coming up some good comments as well tonight. I think they would do that plan where they move St James Park to the left a bit, so they can redevelop without knocking away the list of houses. That's in Ryan. And I'm not Mason. I'm not a red. I think you're more red than Newcastle, Mason. Yeah. We travelled to Norman Invader Bromley, indeed.
I know some fans flew down and had delays there as well.
I know. Big up to the people who went to Bromley yesterday. Big up to you.
I think Lee flew down. I'm sure he did.
He did, yeah. He had problems, didn't he, with the fog and things like that. Heathrow side, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Heathrow side. Yeah.
Big up to
he wasn't far from me in the stands.
Oh.
Let me just type in this.
Yeah, because Mason spotted me on TV yesterday.
Oh, did he?
Oh, but yeah, he said we can listen to that interview. We can listen to that interview tomorrow. It was a good header as well. Keep an eye on my friend Julie's daughter, Katie Barker.
Cracking player she is.
She is. Wacky on to Ryan Caicedo is the best one. 150 mil is still got a lot to prove, yes, at Chelsea. You really have. Man, you're nothing but a full Newcastle side. They're copying us and everything. New Elliot Ellison will do well at Forest. I know.
Thing is though, John and Pete. I mean, obviously, I don't think you watched the match, but I know Pete did. I mean, all of us on the ground as well. We were astonished because we got a corner right at the end of the game, and she blew the whistle, the referee.
Oh yeah.
And we were all us fans were shouting, "What the hell's going on here?" Because we thought she was whistling for the corner, and it wasn't. It was the game ended, and the players were shaking hands, and we were like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hang on, what are you doing?" I don't think that referee was very good yesterday. To be fair, I thought she was terrible at times, and when she pulled out the yellow card, I mean that was only an accidental clash between two players, and we get a yellow card through it, and it's like, why? It wasn't a yellow card offence. I don't think she was that great, to be honest, the referee. Even some of our fans were shouting, "You're not fit to referee," or "You're a Mackham." That's what some of the fans were shouting. Is the referee a Mackham? But yeah, she weren't the best referee, but the linesman was all right. I think he was enjoying the banter from the fans, because when there was a throw-in for us, and we were shouting, "That's for us! That's for us!" Now you just put the flag up our way. And when he done it the other way, we were like, "No, you got the wrong side, mate." So I bet he enjoyed that whole game.
But
the fans were absolutely brilliant, by the way. We sang, chanted. I don't know if it came across on the YouTube, if you could hear us a lot.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, I could. Yeah.
We definitely outnumbered their fans, that's for sure. Definitely outnumbered their fans. Obviously, there was no segregated seating there. You don't sit separately. But yeah, we definitely outnumbered their fans, 100%. But yeah, so I see it was fantastic to hear there, and got many more of them to come yet. So I would have got the Portsmouth game, but I come back I don't get back till midnight, which is like on the 28th stroke 29th. And then it's like getting home, getting to bed, getting up again early to go to Portsmouth. So I think that might have to wait, that one. But because like I say, I just come back on the 28th. So, well, it's like 12:15 midnight. So, so it's like into the 29th, and I would have to get up early to then start getting ready to go to Portsmouth. So I don't think I'll be going to the Portsmouth away game, unfortunately.
That's fair enough. Got one for Julie Husband. Big up to Julie, by the way. Do follow Julie on her Twitter account as well. She loves chatting about football all day. She's passionate about Eddie Howe. She's a big Eddie backer and lover as well. Who said he wants to shop in England market who bought Tonali, Bruno, Botman? He has never said that he wanted a share like defender and the player with spend. Pete?
Fair play, but didn't Dan Ashford get some of these ones in? I'm pretty sure Tonali was one of them.
Yeah, could be. And Mr. John as well. Lads, who do you think we're about to lose? Head coach or board member?
I'd want to tell.
Jesus, that's a tough one.
It certainly is. Java. And let's go for 5 for the comments as well, because it was close to cloned early. Thanks, Tony. Eddie's taking some criticism. I listen to Eddie regularly, and you can't sell players because nobody wants them due to Ash's contracts given to them. That's from Julie.
That's a very good point as well.
Very good point.
Previous ownerships given silly contracts and silly wages, and we just kind of get rid of them.
That's the thing. Exactly. And let's go on to the next one. That's the point, Pete. There's model is model ball. Sell one player, buy 2 or 3, more cheap, and hope one works out. Players like Murphy and Augustine and Kulunga, you never heard about the failures. And you've got one from Joe. Thanks so much, Tony. And Tig will be my number 1 pick. And Working Coffee. And got some comments as well. Go back to Angus. That's definitely props. The only player of teams want are the ones you do not want to lose. That is the thing. And let's get started there. We've got that. Thank you guys, the executive, to cover all the comments to keep over about 30 minutes behind. Nick, we've got Mama Flossie Modern Me channel, and she's doing a fantastic job as well. But thanks for that, man. And that was a pen to London City by Potts. Got away one there. Tonali had a goal disallowed tonight. Yeah, he did. And we've got one here from Beer ETH. Didn't know ETH was called Eddie. Eddie Howe will be out first. That's a mark. Thank you for your £2 super chat, Michael. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much indeed, mate. And hi to you. I hope you're well. And hope we have a fantastic evening as well, Mr. Maguire. And we can't give it a Howe. I've nothing to moan about. And ARB as well. Just a quick one about Trippier, Pete. Is he going to go? Is he going to stay? Can he still be sold to a Turkish club?
Probably still could, but I think he's probably going to stay by the looks of it now. I think Eddie doesn't want to get rid of him. He probably will still use them in some games. He might not be first choice pretty much now, but I think Eddie will still want to keep him for his experience and his leadership.
Yeah, I kind of agree there. And what about you, Tony?
Depends. I mean, if somebody offers silly money, do you turn it down? That's the thing for a player that's nearly 34-year-old. If say a Turkish club, say if Fenerbahce come in or whatever, where Mourinho is, and say, the Champions League or whatever, and say, look, there's the money. We'll give you 12 million quid for Trippier. Do you turn that down? That's a thing.
That sounded like a train there.
Yeah. It's Bristol Temple Meads. That's the train at Bristol Temple Meads coming in, isn't it, John? That's the 2139.
Yeah.
Off to Cornwall. But no, I mean, look, I think he stays, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's moved on in January.
Yeah. I'm afraid because you don't want to be second fiddle to Mr. Livermental. Simple as that. No. But you never know. Always feel sorry for Wolves. They get a bit elated after the national break.
I believe we'll beat them comfortably.
I hope so. I think we will. Oh man, get something going back from M&B for Jules. She's getting excited with Italian supercar Denali indeed. And Chip stays back off Fatina, a great club, man. What do you think about Everton's new stadium? People are saying it looks like a Tesco's from the outside.
I've seen that as well.
It does. Looks like an Aldi, doesn't it?
There was something in one of my group chats. I mean, what did someone put?
It's their turn to go down this year anyway. So bye Everton.
It's looking that way. We got to play Everton last game of the season.
Everton needs every little helps.
Exactly.
I hope go down this season. I really do. I think they will do the way they're playing. They got Villa at the weekend.
Yeah. Interesting. Good luck with that.
I'm gonna see if I could try and get to Goodison Park for the away game.
Yeah, same here.
I missed out the last time you go there.
I missed out on Fulham for a third time.
Exactly. The whole system was best if you didn't win, you didn't get full pay. And Brighton's recruitment obviously speaks suspecting Houghton years. Him pushing for Janet Bash, if I remember his name right, especially played part in losing his job. Vicadia, Icredido, and Alcalá Billy Aker also poor. And I am got him on the back end. We work laptop. And Lewis is calling, and see Tony, and football, Crystal Newcastle's board director, Paul Mitchell, intends to serve out his long-term contract amid rumours he wants out. So there you go. There you have it. Chris Roth, big up to Chris, by the way. Paul is going to see out his long-term contract. We're going to end the show there, guys, because you've been up for quite a long time, and it's been a great show tonight, guys. I really appreciate it. And so Tony, what you got coming up, man?
Yeah. Well, I was going to do a vlog yesterday, but because I had travel problems and all that, I just didn't get around to doing the vlog. So, there's Lewis again. So tomorrow night, I will have the pre-match show. Apologies, I didn't get to do that. It's Saturday. I was just busy and then I totally forgot about it. So tomorrow I will have the pre-match. So join me for that. England versus Finland at Wembley. That will be at about 6:30 because it's 8 o'clock kickoff. So it'll be about 6:30. And I'll bring you both lineups as they are announced. So do join me for that. And then we'll have a look towards the Wolves game at the weekend. Wednesday, I'm on Harry's channel again on the Premier League show. So join me for that. And as I say, I'll have previews, pre-matches as well for the Wolves game on Sunday. So catch me for that. So if you've hit the bell notification, then you will be notified. If you are new to my channel, we are stream sharing this, but if you're new to my channel, nip over, do it to subscribe if you consider subscribing, and also smash the likes as well. That'd be absolutely fantastic. It does help the channels keep me at the top of the search, and it means new viewers find these channels more easily as well.
Nice one, Tony. Make sure you smash the like inside. Do follow Tony's All Black and White TV. Before we go on to Pete's, where you're going to find this channel, Gomez and Andre in midfield. I wouldn't sleep on Wolves. And
no, I wouldn't either.
Nah. Now we look at these fees and loans as deals that haven't really worked for Brighton, which isn't too bad, really, especially for Nigel and Foxy. Picking up Foxy as well. With the spot on back, lads, is going to be December, I reckoned. And we've got one here for Sandro their flags. Yeah.
Did you see his picture?
Yes, I've seen it before.
I have. All clubs should manage to relegate Everton. Probably to October and November. Do you think the what's that bit? Burton Sauce chicken curry. Oh, go like this. Vita Cops.
Coffee.
Appreciate that. As long as it's sensible, mate, I'll take any question. But if you thank you. Great show as always, and always very confident in the chat. Hit the likes up, please. Thank you, Wacky. You be a great contributor and a neat like, and so is Mama Flossie as well. And Pete, what you got coming on the show, Pete?
I might see if I can look to try and do something on Wednesday if I can. Thursday, because everything will be back. Match preview, of course. And of course, the Crazy Petey's Football Live show is back as well this week. Games on Sunday. So live fan reaction show after the game. This is people's chance to have their say on the game. This is all if they want to do that.
Fantastic stuff. And there's the link as well. There's All Black and White TV for Tony. If you're new and you're regular watching my channel, please hit that subscribe and hit the likes for Tony's channel as well. It'd be much appreciate that. It's always does some good content as well. And I used to do the warm-up. Now he covers that channel now because I'll go to games as well. I can chat to Jules, and is that what it is? And then you got Anderson, Flavor them for Forest. Yep, great show from Mr. D. And we got one Pete's comment as well. There you go. Do follow Pete's channel as well, Peter Prolock, amazing guy, and which is does good content as well, especially on Fire and Neat as well. Match previews, reviews as well, and Newcastle for 5th place. And can't wait for normal football game. Internationals are anti-climax. That's a wacky. We're gonna end that show there, guys. Thanks for coming on. I'd be really appreciated if you like what you watch. Make sure you like and subscribe, and also please follow the guys' channel too. If you're new on Pete's and Tony's channel, came on my channel tonight, hit the subscribe button, please. We're family as well, and I'll see you back very soon. And hopefully, and got Mama. Thanks for Mama as well.
Just in case,
as a mod as well.
Just in case Lewis hasn't watched. I don't think he's in live tonight anyway, but he probably watches on. I reckon he watches on catch up. So I just thought, just as a just for Lewis, because it'll keep him happy as well, and it'll bring a smile to his face. I've got this for you, Lewis. Just a bit of that.
I love it.
I love it, man. You got to love it.
Oh, God.
And last one for the night as well. And go back to before that. And take care for once. And keep well and see you all soon. Wacky, you've been fantastic. And thanks so much. Thank you, John. Thank you, Mama. And due to close to shore for us, Eddie, I said, had a good relationship with Mitchell. It was fine. Eddie, tell you everything. Julie, thank you so much as well. And make sure you sub me channel as well. I think you have anyway. But Julie, you want to come on my channel one day? We can do an Eddie House special. We can come on and do it together. No problems at all. Let me know. And guys, if you like what you watch, make sure you like and subscribe. Have a fab evening, whatever you decide to do. And as always, hold with the lights.